The world is witnessing a resurgence of mercantilism, a philosophy that views international trade as a zero-sum game. This approach prioritizes national economic interests above all else. It often utilizes tariffs, quotas, and other protectionist measures. Under Trump, this approach has become particularly aggressive. Gone are the days of multilateral agreements. Now, every interaction is about winning and losing. This is evident in Trump's frequent use of tariffs. Tariffs on goods from China, Mexico, Canada, and the EU. These actions have sparked trade wars, disrupting global supply chains. In late January 2025, President Trump threatened to impose crippling tariffs on Colombian goods if the South American nation did not acquiesce to his demands. The issue at hand was the return of Colombian nationals who had entered the United States illegally. Trump insisted that Colombia accept the immediate repatriation of these individuals via military flights, bypassing established legal and diplomatic channels. The Colombian government, caught off guard by the ultimatum, initially resisted the demand. They argued that such an action would violate their sovereignty and create a humanitarian crisis. However, Colombia's defiance was short-lived. Within 12 hours of Trump's threat, Colombian President Gustavo Petro reversed course and agreed to comply with the American demands. The speed with which Colombia capitulated shocked many observers and underscored the effectiveness of Trump's aggressive tactics. Colombia, heavily reliant on exports to the United States, simply could not afford to withstand the economic pressure of American tariffs. The episode served as a stark reminder of the leverage that the United States wields over smaller, economically vulnerable nations. The Colombian incident is not an isolated event. It fits into a larger pattern of the Trump administration using economic threats to bully smaller countries, particularly those seen as allies. 2 weeks before the Colombian standoff, Trump engaged in a similar display of economic intimidation, this time targeting Denmark. Trump had set his sights on acquiring Greenland, an autonomous Danish territory, for its strategic location and natural resources. When Denmark balked at the idea of selling off part of its territory, Trump retaliated by cancelling a planned state visit to Copenhagen and publicly disparaging Denmark's prime minister. While the Greenland episode played out more as a public relations debacle than a serious diplomatic negotiation, it nevertheless revealed Trump's willingness to use economic and political pressure to achieve his goals, even when dealing with allies. This approach has left many wondering who might be next on Trump's list. Panama, with its strategically vital canal, has been mentioned as a potential target. This pattern of behavior undermines the traditional alliances and partnerships that have long been a cornerstone of American foreign policy. Perhaps most concerning about the Colombian incident is the complete absence of traditional diplomatic processes. There were no policy papers, no situation room meetings, no attempts at de-escalation or finding a mutually agreeable solution. Instead, the decision to threaten Colombia with tariffs appears to have been made impulsively by Trump, without consulting experts or considering the potential ramifications. This disregard for diplomacy is emblematic of a broader trend in the Trump administration's approach to foreign policy, one that prioritizes unilateral action and disdains multilateral engagement. The lack of formal processes and the impulsive nature of the decision-making raise serious concerns about the future of international relations. If the world's most powerful nation is no longer willing to abide by established norms and protocols, what hope is there for a rules-based international order? The Colombian incident, while seemingly insignificant in the grand scheme of global affairs, could very well be a harbinger of a more chaotic and dangerous world to come.